When we ask false love to remain, only you satisfy. Devotional series, Episode 4. Always chasing after lies, only left with tears I cry. Pressed face to the windowpane, I said, "This is love, remain." There comes a point where honesty demands a reckoning, not a dramatic one, not necessarily a moment of crisis or collapse, just the quiet, unflinching acknowledgment of a pattern that has been true for longer than we would like to admit. Always chasing after lies. That word, always, is the hard one. Not sometimes, not once when I was young and didn't know better. Always. The kind of always that spans seasons and relationships and years. The kind that looks back across the whole arc of a life and sees the same reaching, the same misdirection, the same hollow morning after hollow morning, and has to admit this was not an accident. This was a pattern, and I was in it longer than I knew. This is not self-condemnation. It is something more honest than that. A clear-eyed recognition of what misdirected desire inevitably produces when left to its own devices. When we carry a need this deep and this real, and we have not yet found the only thing that can truly meet it, we will reach for whatever is closest, whatever glows, whatever promises, even faintly, to be the thing we are looking for. And those things, good, broken, beautiful, insufficient, cannot hold the weight of what we bring them. They were never designed to, and so we chase. And the chasing produces its own wounds, and the wounds deepen the need, and the need drives the next reach. It is not weakness. It is what happens to a hollow shaped for something it has not yet found. Only left with tears I cry. Here is the grief that lives at the center of misdirected longing. Not just the emptiness of coming up short, but the specific pain of knowing, somewhere beneath the reaching, that what you are holding is not quite right. Like pressing a puzzle piece into a shape it was never cut for. It almost fits, close enough to try, but the edges don't align, and no amount of force will make them, and the trying itself leaves marks. We know the lie even as we live inside it. That is perhaps the most quietly devastating part. Something deep and honest in us registers the mismatch, feels the wrongness of it, the incompleteness, and grieves. The tears are not only for what we lost, they are for what we knew, even then, we never truly had. And here is what that grief begins to do over time if we are not careful. It begins to numb us. Each wound absorbed, each reaching that comes up empty, each morning that confirms the hollow is still there, the heart develops a kind of protective scar tissue. We stop expecting to be fully met. We lower what we allow ourselves to hope for. The desire does not disappear, but it goes quiet, retreating behind a wall we built to keep the pain at a manageable distance. We need to feel something, even something false, even something we know will not last. Because the alternative, feeling nothing, being alone with the full weight of the unmet need, is harder to bear.
The windowpane means something different to each of us. For some, it is literally that, being on the outside, looking in, watching through the glass, at a warmth you cannot quite access, pressing yourself as close as possible to something that glows, knowing the glass is still there. For others, it is the opposite, surrounded, in the room, people on every side, and still somehow behind glass, still somehow on the outside of the very moment you are physically inside, present but not reached, known by name but not truly known. For others still, it will be something else entirely, a memory, a season, a relationship that held the warmth for a little while. The specific image will be different for everyone who hears this song. But underneath all of it, whatever form the windowpane takes, the experience is the same. We find a way not to think about what is wrong, not to sit with what is missing. We press ourselves against whatever is warm and bright and alive. And somewhere in us, small and quiet and desperate, a voice says, "Please, don't end. Don't leave me alone with myself." I said, "This is love. Remain." This line undoes me a little every time, because I know the desperation in it. The declaration made not from certainty, but from need. The almost convincing of yourself that this person, this season, this feeling is the thing you were looking for. Please stay. I need this to be real. I need this to be enough. It is not a lie told to deceive. It is a lie told to survive. A declaration made by someone who hurts, who is tired of hurting, who needs something to hold on to badly enough to call it by a name it hasn't earned. We knew, some part of us always knew, that the glass was still there, that the fit wasn't quite right, that the piece was borrowed, and the love was incomplete, and the arms, however real and genuine, were not quite shaped for what we were bringing them. But we needed to feel something, and feeling something false is easier for a while than feeling nothing at all. The prophet Jeremiah heard God name this plainly. My people have committed 2 sins. They have forsaken me, the spring of living water, and have dug their own cisterns, broken cisterns that cannot hold water. Jeremiah 2:13. The digging is real, the thirst is real, but the cisterns we build, the declarations we make, the counterfeits we beg to remain, cannot hold what we need them to hold. They were never built for it. And yet God does not condemn the digging. He names it. He grieves it. He calls us back from it because He knows what we were reaching for underneath all of it. And He knows that what we were reaching for was always, in the end, Him. As Jesus said to the woman at the well, everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. John 4:13-14. The thirst is real. The water is real. We just kept drinking from the wrong wells. The lies we chased were not nothing. The seasons we begged to remain were not worthless. The love we tried to name and hold, however incomplete, carried in it a genuine reflection of something true. But reflections are not the thing itself, and we were made for the thing itself. The tears we cried were honest. The need behind them was real, and the one who formed that need has never once looked away from it.
And I woke to find the same